Okay, so I live in the U.S., specifically Pennsylvania. It is 10:36 at night. I've wanted to speak on this topic since I heard about it, but it's hard to speak on a topic and get across to people, apparently in this country, without coming at them with facts. Because apparently, if you have no proof, it doesn't exist. It's all myths. So, SNAP and WIC statistics, specifically in my state first, and then we'll go nationally. 180,000 WIC participants are in the U.S. 2 million SNAP participants, or 15.3% of Pennsylvania residents. There are 2 million of us. 15% of Pennsylvania relies on one or both of these. Whereas 12.3% of the entire national population uses SNAP. 62,000 people on SNAP in PA are U.S. veterans, including my father, who I may not speak to, but this also then directly affects my siblings. Veterans 18, and to clarify, most of these people do have jobs. In fact, SNAP requires them to at least try to get an income if they don't have people that need extra care, so minors, elderly, or people with disabilities. They are required to work, and their combat, disability, or, pay from whatever the military did to them does not count. They are required to have some kind of income. If they are 18 to 64 without children under the age of 14, or a member that is disabled or retirement age in their household. Most people on SNAP have jobs, some have multiple. 50% of people in the state of PA alone have jobs, and the ones that don't are because they have to care for other people. Only 22% of them can make it full-time, and despite being full-time, still need these benefits. And I can't even blame the ones that don't have a job, because I'm unemployed. I don't even have SNAP benefits, and I can't find a job. The job market sucks in my state. All these people say they're hiring and they're not, but that's not what we're here for. A lot of barriers include mental and physical health, disability, or caregiving responsibilities, again, which prevents them from getting the proper hours and therefore the proper income for those of them that don't work full-time. So the glasses are back on. I don't care about the glare. You guys can just suck it up. I'm sure most of you won't mind. These are now the nationwide statistics. 1.2 million veterans rely on SNAP for food. 89.4% of all SNAP users are American-born citizens, and about 10% of the remaining ones are still here legally. 42 million Americans rely on SNAP to eat. 22 million households rely on SNAP to eat. 187 per month per person, on average, as of last year. And all of this information and more can be found on the USDA's website, which is the Department of Agriculture. 80% of them have minors, older adults, or people with disabilities in their household. Children under 18 make up 40% of SNAP benefit users. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has tons of graphic on each state, each district, and the different things, and they'll explain the graphics and stuff, and you can download them, look into them yourself. 62% are families with children. And for all those people that are worried about it being misused, out of 42 million Americans, only 1% of them have been found misusing SNAP benefits. And the U.S. Department of Agriculture is currently working on implementing infrastructure to prevent this from continuing. So that's a completely invalid argument. 99% of these people genuinely need it. So 50% of the country sued MAGA. 25 out of 50 states sued MAGA for trying to cut SNAP benefits, when we literally have infrastructure in place to prevent us from running out of money for SNAP when the government shuts down. Which, mind you, we've only had a few in history, and out of, I can count, they can be counted on one hand. 2 of them have been during Trump's presidency. And if you think this is not a large group of people, 1 in 8 Americans, 1 in 8 American residents, whether you're citizens or residents here legally with a green card, rely on SNAP for food. So, hitting you with those statistics. Because people want statistics. They want proof that this is a problem. The final part of this rant, and I'm sorry for this being a long video, but actually I'm really not, because people need this information. They need to know what's going to happen. A large majority of our economy is funded by people using their SNAP cards. That money doesn't just get saved. It's money being taken away from our local economies. What you can do to help. Food banks are incredibly great resources and are really important, and they run all year round, but several of them. Walmart, McDonald's, Red Lobster, I'm sure Chick-fil-A if they're smart. But Walmart, Red Lobster, and McDonald's have all confirmed a program to help with people on SNAP, to help them get food. Even if it's just one meal, that's one day that they don't have to go completely hungry. 1 day. 42 million Americans, if they have their SNAP card. One day out of 30, because it's, as of right now, just for the month of November, despite the government ruling. We have a president that thinks he's a king, so whether or not he's going to listen to it really is up in the air. So, if you're worried and you don't think the president's going to follow it, there are still other things you can do. And if you have enough to eat, don't worry about what's on anyone else's plate unless you're making sure that your leftovers don't need to go on their plate. For me, I have enough to eat. I'm lucky enough to live in a place where I'm fed enough. So what I'm going to do? Volunteer. Do research. The whole point of this video is to spread awareness. People are going to go hungry because apparently in this country, pro-life stops once the child is born. 40% of people on SNAP are children. Let that sink in.